Right, Shalom. And I give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, the whole of the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Alright, this is number one from the millstone camp. Just go and do I ain't going to put out no scriptures, but just watching this video from RT. Russian threat US senators want to end treaties, push for military buildup. Alright? Yo, America just keep choking this bear. Choking the bear in ways. They keep accusing Russia and accusing them of things and accusing them of things. Russia is going to choke back. That going and spark that World War III and get we out of here the sooner. I'm gonna play the video.
Well, it's another day here in the United States, and we're hearing more baseless accusations against Russia. Now, these accusations are getting rather serious. In the testimony this morning, we heard accusations that Russia is threatening its neighbors with nuclear weapons.
Russian aggression is not a localized phenomenon. It threatens the entire region. Moscow has seized sovereign territory by force, threatened to use tactical nuclear weapons against other countries, harass U.S. and allied military assets, and abandoned key transparency measures and commitments. These actions are absolutely unacceptable.
That's certainly taking the conflict to a whole new level. Talk of allegations that Russia is somehow threatening its neighbors with nuclear weapons. Now, on top of that, a lot of the testimony focused on the Ukrainian conflict and the allegations and accusations of Russian aggression in relation to Ukraine. One particular case was highlighted. There was an OSCE member who was killed when his car or truck ran over a landmine. They seem to bring up that case quite a bit. Let's take a listen.
If it wasn't for Russia's aggression and the plethora of challenges that they face from the very beginning of that deployment, there would have been no death to that wonderful young man, Joseph Stone, and so many others, about 10,000 lives that have been lost in this conflict.
Now, considering that the investigation into this death is still open, blaming Russia alone for that and the death of 10,000 others in Ukraine is a little bit extreme and somewhat baseless. Now, interestingly, though, we did hear some testimony that seemed to highlight that Russia is not exactly the main aggressor here.
NATO members have held over 1,000 military exercises in Europe.
The United States should immediately begin research, which is legally permitted by the treaty, into the development of an intermediate-range missile that would match Russia's new capability.
Now, it seems like thousands of troops and tanks on Russia's border is just not enough, and America wants to come up with new ways to punish Russia for something that hasn't even yet been proven.
The United States and the European Union should continue to put political and economic pressure on.
You see? You see what America doing the Russians? They keep blaming them for things that they didn't even get information and correct information for. This time right around the corner, this thing heating up. It's heating up. Ezekiel 38th chapter, this thing is heating up. Alright?
Compliance with the NATO-Russia Founding Act, so long as Russia continues to violate its basic principles. The United States should restrict Russian access to U.S. territory until Moscow returns to compliance.
U.S. leaders continue to call Russia a danger and the greatest threat and aggressive. But it's not Moscow that has thousands of troops building up on the doorstep of the United States.
Former US Congressman Michael Patrick Flanagan told us the claims of Russian aggression have no basis.
And as far as I'm able to understand, the Russians have very limited interest in reconstructing the old Soviet Union. I think they find trade with these areas far more profitable than actually dominating them and running them. And so I think Russia, the Russian Federation is constituted today, I think is happy in its own borders, and I don't think it's really much of a threat to Europe. And certainly the reverse is not true at all. So troops that wind up on the Russian border are there for a defensive reason, because Russia is not always clear in its intentions toward the West, and I think that a better relation with NATO, with the United States, will help with that.
Well, he just say a better relation with NATO. That ain't gonna happen. When I read Revelation 17, Russia is going to destroy America, and NATO also is going to destroy America. They shall hate the whole and make her desolate and naked. Revelation 17. It's just an impromptu video I'm making, a video that I watched nowadays, and I say, well, I'll just give a little commentary on it. They keep pushing these Russians and keep choking them, and pretty soon Russia is going to choke back. America keep provoking people. Right? So that I go and say shalom.